5 months. How long have you been a police officer?
26 years.
Okay. Will you briefly describe, for the court's benefit, your training, what you did to become a police officer?
I did the Utah Post Academy, which is about 600 hours of training for basic things to become a police officer, report writing, arrest control, stuff to that effect.
When you say Post Academy, is Post an acronym?
It is.
What does that stand for?
Police Officer Standard Training.
Okay. Were you certified through Post?
I was.
Okay. And what did that certification require?
Going through that post and graduating, all the academy, all the credits that you could get it with hours, and then physical fitness, stuff to that effect, and then graduating from that to earn the certificate.
Was there also testing involved?
There was.
At the academy?
Yes.
Okay. Were you employed in September of 2025?
I was.
And where were you employed then?
Utah Valley Police Department.
And how long did you work for the Utah Valley University Police Department?
5 years.
5 years, okay. And do you recall what your position or your rank was there?
A senior officer there.
Senior officer, okay. Describe, if you would, just your general duties as a police officer at Utah Valley University.
There at Utah Valley University, we'd patrol the campus, we'd walk around, we'd patrol, we would do investigations if there was crimes to that effect. We'd make sure that students or staff, if they needed something, we'd be there for them. So basic police, kind of like a school resource officer, community-oriented policing.
Okay. Was this a full-time position?
It was.
Okay. Did you work in law enforcement prior to UVU?
I did.
And where did you work?
I worked at Utah County Sheriff's Office for 13 years. Before that, I worked with Springville City Police Department for 6 years, and also with the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office for a year.
What were your positions with those departments?
Varies. I did K-9, I did SWAT, I did motors, senior officer, FTO officer, detectives.
Okay. While you were at Utah Valley University, did you have access to the video surveillance system on campus?
Yes, I did.
And how so?
It was at our desktop where our police station is. We have desks, and on our desktops we'd have access to it there. Or we'd go into dispatch and they'd have a wall full of camera systems that we could look at.
How familiar did you become with that system?
Very familiar.
We're watching the
Can you
Tyler
describe
Robinson
how you
trial
became very familiar?
replay.
Like I said, it was one of our daily
today.
routines that we'd go in
And
there.
this is the first time I've ever gone live, so I have no idea what's going on. Like, I'm trying to test it out on my alt account, and what I'm hearing and what you're seeing, I think, are two different things. So I'm trying to figure this out.
Somebody click on an area in the campuses where the buildings were, and be able to click a little bit easier and get a faster response. So made some maps and stuff like that.
And how often did you use this system?
Every day.
What is it? Are you here? What does it
Did you
look
become
like?
familiar with the campus at Utah Valley University when
Yes,
you
sir.
were working there?
Yes.
It's just
And explain how you became familiar with it.
buffering.
Like I
It
said,
looks like.
we'd walk around. I would train other officers. We'd make sure that we knew all the ins and outs, the back doors. We'd make sure we knew where every classroom was, where every entrance and exit was. We'd secure the building. We patrol the neighborhoods. We patrol around campus, and then we also have off-site campuses that we drive to and make sure that they're secure also.
Okay. You mentioned that you patrol the neighborhoods
Yes.
surrounding campus.
Yes.
What about the neighborhood to the north and east of campus?
Yes.
Okay. What was your purpose for patrolling those neighborhoods as an officer for UVU?
One, it was right next to UVU, so we patrolled it. Sometimes people would run up in that area or be walking up that way. We'd have stolen bikes, stuff like that. So we'd go into the areas, look for stuff. Also, with Orem Police Department, we'd go back up them quite a bit for other calls. And
Oh,
also
it's
be in
good?
the area.
Okay, so back up just a little bit. So Utah Valley University is located in what city?
Orem, Utah.
Orem, Utah. Okay. How familiar did you become with the buildings on campus
Cool.
Very familiar.
and the walkways?
I think there's still like a delay, but
You mentioned the entrances and exits to the buildings.
Yes.
What about parking structures?
Yes.
Same answer for that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you familiar with the courtyard or the outdoor amphitheater
So
on
the
campus?
Tyler Robinson trial,
And generally speaking,
allegedly
where is
this
that
is supposed to
located
be
on
the
campus?
It's
grand
more of the
jury
central, it's an outdoor
pre-trial,
area centered
which is
by a
never,
bunch of buildings on the-
ever normally
around it.
broadcast.
So it's in the center of the campus,
And
pretty
I
much.
find
Okay,
that
can you
a problem
describe,
with that, because I feel like that's too
what
much
it looks like?
information for
This
people to
courtyard, this amphitheater?
It's
know
kind of like
about.
an amphitheater look, so you got some
And
grass.
it's
a
already,
couple steps
you
to go
know,
up. You got some cement
irritating.
on top with some bushes and flowers. You've got places where people can sit and eat. They come out and study and relax on the grass. And there's a waterfall with a little pond that comes down into a stream. So
Okay. Are you familiar with the surroundings, the buildings around the amphitheater?
yes, I am.
Okay. In relationship to this amphitheater, this courtyard, where is the Hall of Flags located?
looks
It
good,
would
sounds
be
good.
directly
Oh,
west
thank
of
you.
the courtyard.
Okay. Is it
you
part of
so
the
much.
courtyard
I
or is
need
it just
that.
off of the courtyard?
It's
Yay.
kind of the courtyard. It like butts up right against the courtyard, so it would be the west side of the courtyard.
Okay, so to the west of the courtyard. Is there a walkway across the Hall of Flags?
There is.
Okay,
There's an
and
inside one and an outside one.
Okay, so what is the Hall of Flags then?
The Hall of Flags is a kind of like a bridge between two buildings that all the flags throughout the world are represented in there with some chairs where people sit down and relax with windows so you can see through all the way to the Utah Lake.
Okay. What are those two buildings that are connected by this Hall of Flags?
The Fugal Building over to like the Science Building area.
Okay, so you mentioned the Fugal Building.
Yes.
Where's the Fugal Building located in relationship to this courtyard?
It's to the south of the courtyard.
Okay. Does it run up against the courtyard?
It does.
The building? Okay. What about the Woodbury Business Building? Where's that in relationship to the courtyard?
That's kind of southeast, and it runs up right against the courtyard also.
Okay. And in relationship to the Fugal Building, where's that Sorensen? Or excuse me, that business building, the Woodbury Business
Woodbury
Building?
Business is right directly east of the Fugal.
Okay. What about the Sorensen Center? Where is that located with respect to this courtyard?
The Sorensen Center is going to be kind of like a northeast of the courtyard.
Okay. Does it, again, run up against this
I
courtyard?
thought
Yes,
that
it
this
does.
was just supposed to be,
And where
I
is
mean,
it
obviously,
in
we're never
relationship to
normally
the
watching
business
the
building?
grand jury
Woodbury
trial.
Business Building is just directly south
But
of Sorensen.
I
Directly
thought this
south.
was supposed to be like
Okay.
they're just seeing if
The
these
Losi
people are
Center, are you familiar
qualified
with that building?
to
I am.
Where is it
testify on the
located campus?
stand.
Directly east of.
And I watched a lot of it already today, and I just feel like
Okay. Does it
this guy
run up
is
to the
a
courtyard?
ding dong, and
The
the
Losi Center?
lawyers aren't asking
No,
very good
not really.
questions, and so I'm very
so run
confused
right
about
up
what this
against
whole
it.
thing is.
So the Sorensen Building is kind of like right between those two.
Okay. In relationship to the Sorensen Building, what direction is the Losi Building?
East.
East. Okay. Are you familiar with the LDS Institute building on campus?
Yes, I am.
And where is that located?
That is going to be located north of the Losi Building and just kind of like northeast of the courtyard.
Okay. And is there a parking structure next to this Institute building?
Yeah, there is.
And where is that?
That is going to be, so you mentioned the Institute Building is going to be north of the Losi Center. There is a parking structure that has several levels of parking. It's going to be directly west of the Institute Building. And then they also have a parking lot to the north of that across the road.
Okay. With respect to the parking structure,
Okay.
That's true.
can you describe for the court how one would enter this parking structure?
But this is like,
driving
some of these
and
things aren't
walking?
even going to
How do
be
you
in the
enter
trial if
that
this is a
structure?
grand jury trial. This
So,
isn't the
on the north
that's
end
not
of
what
the
a
parking
grand jury
structure is
trial
campus
is. A grand
drive.
jury
You can
trial is
drive
just
in and exit
between
on
the
level one, so
lawyers
that's a
and the
ground level.
judge, and they
That's
all
where
just
you
decide
enter
who's gonna
driving in.
like be in the trial,
exiting
who's
back
gonna,
out
who
on
who the
campus.
experts are
It goes
gonna
up to
be.
level two,
So that's
and on
really
level
not
two,
something the public is
exit
supposed
is
to
what's
see,
called Heat Plant Road,
so that
in
it doesn't
between
taint,
the Institute Building
like,
and the
it's
garage
too
is
much
a little
information
road.
doesn't get out there. And
There's
I
an
find
exit right
it,
there they can drive out.
it's, if this is a
You can
grand jury
also,
trial, this
if you're
is
parking there, you can
rare.
walk
I mean,
out
this
right
is,
there.
this
That
never
exit
happens,
only
and I find
where
a
I was
problem
talking
with this
about on that
trial
south
specifically because
east side.
then it's like,
You can walk
oh,
out there,
well,
or
the
on the north
FBI
end of
now
that
knows
garage,
about
there's
all of
some
these
stairs that go
details
up
that,
all
you
the
know,
levels,
of
and it goes down to the
witnesses
bottom
that may
level
not even be used in
and across
trial,
the street through a tunnel to the LDS
and
Institute
they can
Building. And when
possibly
you pop up
infiltrate or
on
just,
level
you
two,
know,
you can
it's
walk
all,
over to the Institute
it's
Building.
all shady when it comes to this trial.
Can you describe how long of a walk it would take from that parking structure to get to the courtyard on
Hopefully
campus,
they won't.
approximately?
Hi.
A couple of minutes, because when you go to that far southeast exit, you can walk directly almost to the courtyard. You can also walk along the south end of the LDS Institute building up towards the Little C building.
Oh, good. Me too.
Officer, I'm going to turn your attention
I've
to
done so
State's
much
Exhibit
research
number
trying to like
1.
make
It
videos
should
about it.
come
I
up on
literally
your
have
monitor
my
there.
own folder for Tyler Robinson, and like, I just every time I go to make a video about it,
Let me
it's
know
so
when you can
much.
see that.
I can see it.
so I just watch
Just
Candace
for
Owens
staff,
and
let's go ahead and not publish
you
it
Daily
until it's admitted
Frito,
into
is that her
evidence, so we're
name?
gonna take it off the
Kasia?
monitors. But
I love
for the
her channel.
witness, he should be able to see the exhibit.
Did you watch this today?
That's fine. So table monitors, witness, but not the main monitor. Thank you. All right, Mr. Grunander, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Do you see that's Plaintiff's Exhibit number 1, Officer?
I do.
And do you recognize that exhibit?
Yes, I do.
And what is that?
This is an area of the buildings plus the courtyard in the middle, is all the grassy area. So this is an area of the campus at Utah Valley University.
Is it a photograph?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you familiar then with what's depicted in this photograph?
Yes, I am.
Does it fairly and accurately portray this area of campus?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Can you tell the court
This
what
is where I
direction
started
the
watching
camera
it
is
earlier.
facing when this photograph was taken?
It's kind of facing north and a little to the east.
Okay. Does it depict a number of the buildings that we've talked about today?
Yes, it does.
Well, why can't we
For
see it?
example, the Hall of Flags, does it show the Hall of Flags?
Yes, it does.
The walkway of it, of the Hall of Flags? What about the Sorensen Center? Does it show that?
Yes, it does.
The Woodbury Business Building?
Yes, it does.
The Fugel Building?
Yes.
What about the Losi Center? Can you see that from this
Ooh.
photograph?
Yes.
Is this photograph a fair and accurate depiction of this area of UVU
Saw
campus on
Erica
September
Kirk
10th,
with Donald
2025?
Jr.
Yes.
What the fuck, as
Your Honor, the state
well
offers
as Terrell
State's Exhibit
Farnsworth
1.
downloaded the SD to a flash drive turned over May 7th.
It is a little bit tricky because
What do you
of that
mean?
microphone.
I don't know what
Sorry
that
about
means.
that.
Esther,
Your Honor, we would object to an
Farnsworth
ability to
downloaded the
authenticate.
SD.
There's not
What
been a
a-
foundation laid that this officer took this photo, can verify when it was taken.
The one he took out of the camera
or
behind
by whom
Charlie?
it was taken, so we would object.
Mr. Grunander.
Would you like us to argue now or approach the bench?
Well, as it relates to this, I'll hear argument.
Okay. Judge, first of all, it's very clear, well-established law that the person who took the photograph is not required to be present to lay the foundation for it. What's required for foundation is that the witness has knowledge of what's depicted in
He
the
tampered with the
photograph
camera.
and can testify to its
Yeah.
accuracy.
I've
And
watched
that's
the
exactly what this
raw
officer has
footage
done.
from that
He laid an
aftermath
ample
so
amount
many
of
times.
foundation
Like, I mean,
about
I've
this area of
slowed it all
campus.
down. You
He's
know, the ones where the
confirmed
people
that,
are filming
it
themselves
depicts
and
this area
they're,
of campus
you know,
previously
there's,
described.
it's
He
obviously
confirmed the
before it
buildings that
happened.
You can see there.
And
He also confirmed
and then
that it
the
was
aftermath,
an
but-
accurate depiction of this on September 10th.
I mean, everything's just
2025.
so
Thank you.
crazy.
Any further
The
argument,
fact that they
Ms.
dug
Nestor?
up all that dirt
Mr.
and
Grunander.
paved over it, that is
We did
wild.
file a standing objection at the very beginning of the hearing. I would just refer to our standing objection as well. I know this is not there's no written testimony in this, but just out of an abundance of caution, I want to also refer to our standing objection.
Thank you, Ms. Nestor. All right, having considered the arguments, I find I'm going to overrule the objection and admit Exhibit 1.
This judge
witness has,
overrules
firsthand knowledge
almost
of
all
the
of her
location,
objections.
as
It's-
well as the building locations. That foundation has been laid. He also stated it was a fair and accurate representation of what's being depicted here, and for those reasons, the defense objection is overruled. State's Exhibit 1 is admitted into evidence and may be published to the courtroom.
Okay. So the state would move to publish that to the courtroom.
It is so granted.
So he could have easily, Terrell Farnsworth could have easily,
Officer Bagley, are you able to see the monitor
Done something
that's,
to-
here in the court that's pointed
The
towards
SD.
The gallery?
Yes.
I mean, there's so many things.
From where you're
So many
seated, are
things
you
wrong.
comfortable in describing where the courtyard is on that photograph, on that exhibit?
Yes.
But if
for
Tyler
the record, where
Robinson
is that
didn't do
located?
this, it
So
makes
all the
so
grass that
much
looks like a
sense as to
triangle,
why
the amphitheater look.
he
that is
looked
gonna
the
be
way he looked
courtyard,
when he took
amphitheater
his
area.
first pictures when he got
It's
in
got
there.
the tent
You
in
know
it,
how he just
the
looked
white
like
tent that's at the bottom on the far left of the picture. That
the
would be
officer
courtyard
B
area.
is crooked. Is
That's-
that the
it's
guy?
surrounded by buildings.
Is he on the
More of
stand right
grass area.
now?
I'm going to approach the photo, well, I'm just going to, when you look at this exhibit to the left of the photograph, there's a walkway there. What is that walkway?
So the red brick walkway that's going north to the top of the picture on the far left is going to be
Yeah.
the Hall of Flags.
He's a ding
the
dong.
outside top of it.
Okay. On the bottom of this
And I'm kind of bummed at
photograph,
Tyler
there's a
Robinson's
white-roofed
defense
building.
team because I saw her asking
It's
questions
the largest building, at
earlier
least as
today when
far
I
as
watched
what's
this, and
depicted on this
I
exhibit.
could have asked
What
better
building is
questions.
that?
That would be the Fugal building.
Okay, and just
Apparently,
to
she's the Corey
right of
Richins
that, so that would be to the east
lawyer.
of the Fugal building.
And
What
I-
building is that?
That's
The
that
other red
sucks.
brick pathway area, that is the Woodbury Business Building.
Okay. And if I were to walk north, so left on this photograph with respect to that red brick walkway area, there's another building, sort of triangular in shape, the rooftop. What building is that?
With that white rooftop, that would be the Sorensen building.
That's the Sorensen building. And what about the Losi building? You've described that. Where's that located?
What does
on
that
this
mean?
photograph?
If you go to that triangle white roof, if you go directly to the right, so the right side of the picture, that is going to be the Losi building. It's got several levels.
Is it to the right and up a little bit as
Yes.
well? Okay, and that would be east on this photograph, is that
And it's
correct?
it's got the gravel rooftop.
Gravel rooftop,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I referred you to the LDS Institute building. Are you able to see that in this photograph?
And yes, you are.
And where is that located?
That's going to just be directly north of the Losi
Okay.
building. It's going to be that other white roofed building on the far top of the picture.
Okay. Thank you, officer. We can take that down, Your Honor, as far as the publication. Officer Bagley, I'm going to take you back to the date of
The
September
judge eating
10th,
on the stand, that's
2025.
rad.
Do you recall that day generally?
I do.
Were you working that day
Yes, I was.
at UVU?
I was, yes.
Okay.
Not very well.
Do you remember what time your shift started approximately?
Yes, it approximately started about 11 o'clock in the morning.
11 o'clock in the morning? Okay.
11.
Did you receive a specific assignment shortly after coming on to duty?
Yes, I did.
And what was that assignment?
It was to secure the top of the Hall of Flags.
The cop?
On the south end.
Yeah.
So we had people that were gathering on top of that were looking down on top of the tent, so we wanted to secure that area, so I was put up on top of the Hall of Flags on the south end.
Okay. My apologies, Your Honor. Could we have Exhibit 1 published again?
Go ahead and republish State's Exhibit 1. Thank you.
He knows
You
all
mentioned that
the
you were
answers when it
securing the
comes
south
to,
end of the
answering this
walkway
guy's
on top of
questions,
the
but
Hall
as
of
soon as she
Flags?
gets up there, he's like,
And so where
I
do
don't
we
know
find that in this
anything.
exhibit,
I don't, he's
officer?
kind of rude.
So if you can see the tent, the white tent, there's that rooftop where the red brick is. I was on top of that, and there's some, actually looks like yellow crime scene tape. That was some of our barriers that we put up so people wouldn't go above that and walk. So I was sitting right by those flower plants that were by the Fugal on the south end.
So is the south end on the bottom of this photograph?
Yes.
Where that walkway
Who
kind of
is
begins from the bottom?
Asking the questions.
And you've referred to a tent. Is that the
There's
white
like a
object we
delay,
see
so I don't know. I
inside the
can't.
courtyard?
Yeah, that square white
Oh,
object
he's
with
just
the tent.
looking at the picture
Okay,
while he's
thank you.
talking.
So you were securing that area.
Yes.
Did you have the opportunity that morning? You mentioned you checked on.
I'm going to cover the Alex Murdaugh trial
that morning
too,
and
but I didn't
later
realize it wasn't
to,
for like a few,
walk
for like a
around
year or
campus that day.
something.
Yes,
It's in April.
Did you walk along the Hall of Flags that day?
I did.
That walkway?
Yes.
Did you visit the courtyard that day as well?
Down below, yes, on the south end. I was down there.
Okay. Let's see.
That's wild.
Officer, I'm going to turn your attention to State's Exhibit.
He doesn't
Number
know who
2.
that was. He seems to not know a lot of things
And that should come up
conveniently.
on your
And he
monitor
said there
then.
was like 6 guys total that were working that day. Like, I mean, she didn't even
me know
ask
when
the
you
right
see that
questions. I would
photo.
have been like, is that normal for an event that's going to have like 3,000 people? I mean,
Your
she
Honor,
just
if
missed
we
so many
could
opportunities to
maybe
ask good
not
questions.
have it on the lectern screen. We're getting reports that the documents shown on the lectern screen
this is his
are
first
being
trial,
live streamed.
Tyler
It's
Robinson.
live streamed. So maybe if we could just not show that one until it's admitted.
Mr. Grunander?
I'll submit it to the court, Judge. I've got copies of these for myself,
Okay.
but I can refer to as I'm asking questions.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and grant the request by Ms. Nestor. We'll go ahead and
Who's getting another trial?
there should be a power button to turn it off.
I'm not sure where that's at.
Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, Murda? Yeah. Oh, okay.
And if
Yes.
at any point, Mr. Grunander,
Yep, because
you do need
Becky-
to use the
Becky
monitor,
blew it.
Let's revisit that, and obviously.
Good old
Ms.
Becky.
Nestor, you can renew your objection if needs be. But for now, the monitor's turned off. Let's go ahead and proceed.
Thank you. Officer, do you see State's Exhibit number 2?
Yeah, I don't
on
think
your
anyone's
monitor?
paid attention to
Yes,
him.
I
There's
do.
not much to
And
pay
you
attention to
recognize
since he's
that?
behind bars.
I do.
But yeah,
And what is
I mean,
that?
he's still going to be in prison
This is
forever
a picture of the,
because of the other
east side looking
things that he
west of the
did,
campus.
because of all the money.
Okay.
But he does
are you
get, and I'm
familiar
sure he's
with
still
what's
going to be found
depicted
guilty for
in
the
this
murders.
photograph?
But yep,
Yes, I
he
am.
gets another trial because of good old
And does
Becky.
it show, for example, the Losi Center that we've talked about?
yes, it does.
Does it depict the Woodbury Business Building that we've talked about?
Yes,
What about the Fugel Building?
yes,
Does it show the Sorensen Center
yes.
and also the Hall of Flags?
I heard something about
In this
that.
particular exhibit,
That
can you
lady-
also see the
I mean,
courtyard?
I can't believe they didn't
I
just
can.
burn her at the
A partial
stake.
of it.
A partial of it, okay.
Why is she getting a new trial?
Does it fairly and
Something
accurately
happened?
depict this
Some
area of
little
campus of UVU
loophole or
on
something?
September 10th, 2025?
Yes,
Okay. Your Honor, the state offers State's Exhibit number 2.
They forgot to ask her Miranda
Your Honor,
rights or
we
something.
renew our standing objection. We also argue that a foundation hasn't been laid in terms of the time this was taken or who took it, and at what point in time this was created and how. So I don't think he has any personal knowledge of that, and we'd object.
Mr. Grunander?
Same arguments, Judge. He has testified that he's familiar with it. He has personal familiarity with it. He's testified that it's fair and accurate as of the day of September 10th, 2025. And that's what was asked of him.
All right. I will go ahead and overrule the objection by
Oh,
defense.
that's what got her a new
Knowing that
trial?
the
Oh,
witness
my
has
God.
laid,
Something they
well,
could have
he's expressed,
mentioned before the trial
this is a fair
started.
and accurate representation of what it purports to be, and he's familiar with it. He was there on the day, on September 10th, and because.
I don't
that
understand. So
foundation
they
has
found
been
out
laid,
after? I mean, I
State's
honestly
Exhibit 2
didn't
is
watch any of
admitted
her crap.
and may be published.
Thank you, Judge. State moves to publish Exhibit 2.
All right.
Officer, I'm going to direct your attention to this exhibit on the monitor facing the gallery of the court today.
I kind of want to fast forward this. I really can't stand the
Can
prosecutor.
you describe, there's a large building in the middle of that photograph, slightly above the middle, but what building
Sounds
are we looking at
scandalous.
there?
You're looking at the top of the rooftop of the Losi building. It's got two different grays, like a lighter gray and a darker gray, kind of.
Are you familiar with that rooftop then?
Yes, I am.
And what's it made of?
It's made of gravel.
Gravel, okay. You mentioned 2 different grades, or did you say
Gray-
grays?
Grays.
Grays, okay,
Yeah, grays.
all right. Now, you described that you could see the courtyard, but it wasn't easily visible
Should we? Okay.
in this photograph.
We're
Where
talking
is the
about what color
courtyard
the
located
dang
on State's
gravel was. Who
Exhibit number 2?
cares?
So you got the white roof that's going to be in the middle, just to the top of the building where the Losi is. I described there's a white roof there. That's the Sorensen building.
Ms. Nestor, before you begin, what time would you like to break for lunch? I don't want to interrupt a line of questioning, and so I just want to make sure that we're just taking a look at the clock and when you feel is a good time to break, roughly in that 12:10 range.
I will aim for that, Your Honor. That shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, thank you. You may proceed.
May it please the court.
Yes.
Good afternoon, or morning still.
Morning.
Officer Bagley, my name is Kathy Nestor. I'm one of the attorneys representing Mr. Robinson today, and I do have some questions for you.
Okay.
So you mentioned that you checked in around 11 a.m. on the day of the shooting. Is that right?
Yes.
Did you know in advance there was going to be this event on campus?
I did. I signed up for an overtime shift, so yes.
You
For the special
signed-
event, I signed up for the overtime shift.
Got it. And so, did you attend any type of debrief or briefing or meeting to prepare for the security of this event?
I did not, because that morning when I got there, we had individuals on top of the Hall of Flags. So when I walked in, I just checked on, was going to get my uniform on. The chief, Long, got a text or an email or phone call stating that there's people on top of the Hall of Flags throwing stuff down to the tent. Therefore, he sent
Can
the
you
two
guys still
officers that
hear
were
me?
on duty down to secure the area. I got dressed and then came back on, and then went to the Hall of Flags to secure that area.
So you never attended any kind of, I'll just use the word debrief or meeting to talk about what the officers on scene
Okay.
were going to do that
Can
day
you
to
hear
keep everybody
I
safe?
switched my
No, not that morning.
Do you know if there
sound
was such a
from
meeting?
I don't know, because when I got there, it
OBS
started
to
people were
YouTube
throwing
because
stuff
there's a
down the tent.
delay, but it's not.
And
it doesn't
do you
matter.
know
It's
how
still-
many
there's still a delay.
UVU officers you guys employ normally?
Thank you. Okay,
Employee,
good.
there was 15.
And do you know how many were assigned to cover that event that day?
That were assigned to cover it. There was 6 of us that were, there was a patrol one, and then.
Look,
5
he
of us
already
that
wants
were
to
there with the
like
chief.
Did you all have an idea there were
not
going to
know
be
the answer.
thousands and thousands of people there? Or was that a surprise to you?
An idea.
And you only
6.
had 5
Yeah,
officers?
6
Six,
for
yes.
Six, I'm
thousands of
sorry,
people.
Counting you, I was
Yes.
thinking. And of those 6 officers, are you all armed? Do you carry weapons?
Yes.
But after it happened,
What type of weapons do you
tons of
carry?
cops show up.
Glock,
Tons
pistols.
of cops that were obviously available. Tons
And
of, I mean, what about
was
those
there
guys that they showed
any
out like on
use
the around
on campus
the
of-
campus, like
I think they're called magnetometers, but
so many things. There's just so many
the
things.
machines you walk through at TSA in the airport where it checks to see if you're carrying anything metal, what we all had to go through to get in the courtroom. Were there any machines like that set up or being used on campus that day?
No.
And as far as you know, were there any drones that were flying above campus that
I
day?
know.
Not that I know of.
And did anyone ever talk to you about covering anything near or on top of or in the Low C building? Were you ever assigned that area before the shooting?
No,
Do you know who was?
I don't.
And when you got up to the roof that afternoon, was anybody around that was law enforcement?
No,
Nobody on the roof?
no,
Nobody on the stairway? Before the shooting?
no,
Nobody on the
Oh,
walk? Do you know
that's how
who
you
was?
I don't.
Okay.
You know,
And when you got up to the roof that afternoon, and in the state of
Was anybody
Utah,
around that was
is
law
a
enforcement?
campus a
No.
gun-free zone?
Nobody
Are
on the
students
roof?
allowed to have guns on?
Nobody on the
It's
stairway?
Before the shooting?
No,
Nobody on the
Oh,
walk?
Do you know
that's how
who
you
was?
I don't.
Okay.
you know.
And did you?
And when you got up to the roof that afternoon,
And in the state of
was anybody
Utah,
around that was
is
law
a
enforcement?
campus a
No.
gun-free zone?
Nobody
Are
on the
students
roof?
allowed to have guns on?
Nobody on the stairway? Before the shooting?
No,
Nobody on the
Oh,
walk?
Do you know
that's how
who
you
was?
I don't.
Okay.
You know.
And did you?
And when you got up to the roof that afternoon,
And in the state of
was anybody
Utah,
around that was
is
law
a
enforcement?
campus a
I saw
gun-free
individuals.
zone?
Nobody on the
Are
roof?
students allowed to have guns on?
Yes,
Okay, and that was before the shooting.
yes, and then I saw several down in the crowds and.
I know. I'm sorry.
Were you aware
I'm
of
trying to
whether
figure
that
out how
person
I
was
would
armed
like. I
either?
can hear it.
I was
I want
aware
to
he
hear
was
it
armed.
at the same time you guys are hearing it.
Was there any other law enforcement agency besides
Yeah.
Mr. Kirk's private security team and your 6 officers, including you, that were covering that event that day? In other words, did you have any Provo police or Orem police or anyone that you knew of or federal
I can
agencies?
figure out how to
I
fix
don't
it.
You never saw any that day?
No, not until the response came in.
And you did mention, I think I heard you just a few minutes ago testify, you turned over the scene on the roof to a woman who was a deputy sheriff, right?
Yes,
And that you turned over the scene where the individual dropped off to, I believe you said, was it Orem Police?
Payson.
Payson Police, thank you. Those people weren't there till after the shooting, right? They were part of just a response of everybody in the area?
Correct.
Okay. Did you receive any type of briefing materials, written materials prior to the event that talked about who would be covering what or anything like that?
No, not that morning. Like I said, it started getting hectic, so we were trying to get down there, secure the area, and push people away from the top of the tent.
He just said top of the tent.
When this event was over, you prepared a report, is that right?
I did.
And in the report, it covers a lot of what you testified to with Mr. Grunander, doesn't it?
Yes.
And I think you said you attended, what, 600 hours of post-training?
It's around 600 hours, yes.
And I'm sure somewhere in that training, you were taught the importance of your police report
Yes.
and how it will be relied on years later to recreate events like it's being done right now. And so you know it's really important to be as accurate as possible in your report.
Yep.
Can we put
Trying
up
to see if I can fix it.
Bagley 1? Can we switch it over to the defense table, please? Thank you so much. And show it only to the witness. This is, it's his police report.
All right.
Do you see that report in front of
Like
you?
you guys aren't gonna know
And is that the report that
when
you
I'm
prepared?
saying like that there's
Or
a
did
delay
you
because
prepare
you're gonna
this
hear
report?
me
I did a
when it shows.
supplement on it. But I didn't prepare the report, so like, because the incident was a big
So let's see how
agency
long I
assist,
could
so
see myself in the
obviously
camera.
It says,
How long this delay is.
it has all the responding officers.
It's
traffic.
at least
Oh,
like
we need to go to the
15
page. Thank you
seconds,
for pointing that
which
out.
is a
Can we
long
please
time, you know.
move to page 3 or 5, maybe. Let me look and see.
I'm gonna ding this bell and then I'm gonna count how many
Now,
seconds.
Let me ask the question again. Sorry, you just had the cover sheet up. Is that your report?
Yes, this is.
Right, and did you prepare that?
I did.
When did you prepare this report?
It looks like it was done the next day, either that day or the
18
next day.
second delay.
Because I wanted to make sure that I had it done where everything was fresh on my mind.
And do you have a copy of it in front of you?
I do, as a matter of fact.
May I just step in and just make sure that it's the same one? May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Oh, you're good.
One day I'll learn how to fix it. At least you guys can hear them and hear me, and that's, I guess, all that matters.
And this is, we got to ask this now. Did you use AI to help you prepare your report?
I did not.
Okay, good. When you prepared your report, you referenced when you first heard the shot, don't you?
Yes.
And what is the time that you say that you heard the shot?
12:23.
Right. And when you wrote that report, you did not state in your report the direction you heard that shot come from, did you?
No, apparently not.
And take your time and look at the whole report and see if there's anywhere in there where you ever mentioned that it came from the east or to your right.
I don't see his direction.
Okay. And
I know,
you
I'm sorry.
also,
I don't
believe
know why I
in
did
your report, you also don't state whether or not, you don't mention anything about thinking it came from the Low-C building or anything like that, right?
Later on, when
Why is
I
it doing
recognized when I saw the empty holsters, I think I actually said that in there, where I see the empty holster, that I realized the line of sight.
Okay, so let's talk about that holster for a minute. So you heard the shot, and you only heard one shot, correct?
Yes.
And then you came down from the walkway above the tent, right?
Yes.
And you
I don't know
came
why it
down
keeps
to
doing that.
really the grassy area that we've all been looking at, the courtyard.
Yes.
And there was kind of chaos, people running around,
Yep.
yes? And while you were down there, you saw what you said was an empty holster.
Yeah, as I was clearing people out and making sure that the evidence was preserved, about towards the top, after a little bit, I saw an empty holster sitting there.
And when you say towards the top, can you be specific and tell us where you were?
So on the south side in the courtyard, there's some tiers of seating where the grass is different levels, and it was towards the top, maybe just right before the cement is where everybody's standing, so there's
Yeah.
different levels, is towards the top on the grass.
And when you saw the holster, can you describe to me what it looked like?
An empty concealed holster.
For what type of?
For-
Excellent description, buddy.
And did it have any markings on it?
I didn't even know, not that I noticed.
And what happened to that holster?
I have no idea.
Did you ever take custody of it?
Nope,
Did you ever tell anyone else to take custody of it?
nope.
You just left it on
Nope,
the
we just
grass?
left it there.
Was it ever fingerprinted to your knowledge?
I have no idea.
My God. I wish there wasn't this delay. I'm hearing it way before you guys
At
are.
some point,
This guy's an
there were
idiot.
drones in the air. Is that right? Did you become aware of that?
Yes, I was made aware of that.
Right. Do you know who put the drones in the air?
Sergeant Cam Nelson with the Provo Police Department.
Right.
I
So
thought he
it
said there wasn't drones in the
No.
air.
Did you guys even have drone capability? Did you have a drone on campus that you used?
No,
All right. So
Yeah.
someone would have had to bring one after the shooting onto campus because you wouldn't have had one there.
true.
Right. You mentioned that as you were coming down into the grassy area from the top above the tent, you come down the Hall of Flags, you come into the grassy area. You mentioned that you heard, I guess on your radio, that they had a suspect in custody.
Yes.
And so how long do you think between the shot being fired, did you hear that?
I was in, like I said, trying to get down the stairs, jumping over people, trying not to step on people as people were fighting up. Within 30 seconds, maybe.
Right, so they pretty much instantly had someone in custody.
Yes, and that's why I was quite surprised.
Were you aware of where the person was taken into custody?
Right down by where Charlie Kirk was sitting by his tent, somewhere down there.
So in the
He's like,
courtyard
boing,
area,
boing,
the person would have been in the courtyard area at the time of the shooting.
Yes.
Was that person in or near or around the holster in any way?
No.
You don't know?
No, what he wasn't. Where
Oh,
the
you-
holster was up on the top level up there, and it was where when the incident happened, when Charlie got shot. Within seconds, the other officer that was down by him said that he was in custody with a prisoner of the shooter. So they had been
So
within right there.
you didn't, at that time, it was your understanding the person they took into custody
I mean, can we
was
have a map or something?
close
He's like, the
by
holster's over there,
Mr.
and I was
Kirk,
up
is that
here, and then
right?
I was jumping down there.
But
It's like,
it didn't occur to you that, well, that's not where I heard the shot come from. They must have the wrong person. I should talk to somebody.
During the chaos moment, no. They said they had a person in custody. I figured those guys saw something I didn't see. They took the person in custody, and I thought that was him.
Okay. This would be a good stopping place because I'm about to start another section.
Okay.
So maybe we could go 5 minutes early for lunch.
Absolutely. All right.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, officer.
Did you
We're
take
gonna
the
go
whole?
ahead and
Did you
break for
did you
lunch.
do anything
We'll
with the
come
holster?
back at
Nah,
1
we just left it there. We didn't
I
tell
do want to
anybody
note
about it. We just were
for,
like, nah.
The camera
no
operator,
biggie.
if you would just be cognizant and turn off the microphone during breaks and when we break for recess, that would be helpful.
I didn't really want to watch this one anyway.
Does
Let's see.
Unshot bullets.
No.
Okay. Are you aware of there being
No.
So when you, okay, just strike that. Also, we
How many
talked about
breaks
the
do they take?
holster that was found. Are you aware if there were any other guns confiscated on the scene that day?
I'm not.
And so how long do you
You
think
guys see
between the shot being fired?
So did
you
we
hear
just
that?
watch this part?
I was in, like I said, trying to get down the stairs, jumping over people,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
trying not to step
Yeah.
on people as people were fighting up. Within
So after the
30
break.
seconds, maybe.
Right, so they pretty much instantly, if
Here we go.
anyone had been on the Low C building after the shooting, after the holster that was found,
business of counsel, I believe we left off. Cross-examination. Ms. Nestor, are you ready to proceed?
yes, may it please the court.
All right, you may.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I do want to.
She's very polite, but we don't need
before I
polite.
start my
We need like
new
a
section
bulldog.
on two just want to specify two things. First of all, we talked about that you had had no briefing or no materials about security on campus for this particular event. Did you ever have any operational or tactical plan that you were given for that event?
For this event, no.
Okay. And you also mentioned that you've done SWAT in the past.
Yes.
Were you a sniper?
I worked well with them, but I was not a sniper.
Okay.
Does he look like a sniper?
So when you...
No.
Oh, okay, just strike that. Also, we talked about the holster that was found. Are
Hi.
you aware if
Hi,
there were
Aaron.
any other guns confiscated on the scene that day?
I'm not.
You don't know one way or the other?
I don't know.
All right, and I want to go through with you your timeline. You mentioned that you started at the Hall of Flags, right?
Right.
And then you came down. It took you a minute to kind of navigate the stairs with the crowd and the chaos and everything. And then you were in the grassy area of the courtyard for a bit. Is that right?
Yeah, so about 30 seconds to get down the stairs, and then I went right down to where the tent was.
Have you seen
And
those
that's where you
stairs?
found the holster.
30, I
No,
guess 30
the holster
seconds.
was up higher, so I went down by the tent, so
Oh.
it's lower level. So as I came down towards where Charlie Kirk was shot, I went down towards the tent to assess to see what was going on down there, because I didn't know exactly what. I heard the gunshot, didn't know exactly what was going on. 'cause I
I'm
was
sorry,
above the
I
tent.
missed that you went down to the tent. So let me ask you about that. So what did you do when you got down to the tent?
When I got down to the tent, Charlie was gone. They put him in an SUV and left. At that moment, there were still some people running around.
How do you
so
know that, though?
I
Did you
decided
see
to
them put him
preserve
in
the scene
the-
as much as I could with
on.
trying to escort people out, and that's why I went back in and started pushing people off the grass area to conserve any ammunition or any casings or anything to that effect that would be around. I wanted to make sure people were off and there was as much evidence preserved as possible.
So just to be
Why
clear,
would
by
there
the
be
time
a
you got to the
casing?
tent, Mr. Kirk had already been removed and taken from the scene. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So in your professional opinion, what was the perimeter of the crime scene?
What do you mean by the parameter? So
The perimeter, like how far did this crime scene stretch? Like where did you want people to move off of?
Oh, well, first I
dude
wanted them
doesn't
all
know.
off the grass because, like I said,
What the perimeter of the
I
crime
thought we had a
scene
suspect in
means?
custody, so to me it would be a close encounter. So I was trying to push everybody off the grass in case there were shell casings or to that effect that got on the grass. So after I pushed them off to that part and getting up to the top where I saw that empty holster, when I saw that empty holster is when things started slowing down for me a little bit. All the chaos and stuff that's when I realized that it was a rifle shot, not a handgun shot.
Okay. And that's when you saw the Low C building and it occurred to you should go check it out.
Yes, it was right in my line of sight.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole time that this is going on, you had an active body camera on your, I guess your collar, is that right?
I was right here on my
Your
chest, yes.
Okay, and it was on.
Yes.
And it appears to me from reviewing your body camera that there was another individual who was with you that went to the Low C building who was in civilian clothing but appeared to have a gun. Who was
Yes.
that?
I don't know who he was exactly. He had a badge on, and I had somebody with me to back me up as I ran up the stairs to make sure I had somebody with me.
So you don't know what agency he's from or where he's from?
No.
And it looked like he had a pistol.
Yes.
Is that right?
A handgun, yes.
Or a handgun.
Yeah.
And so the two of you go to the Low C building.
Yes.
When you reviewed the videotape at the police department later, did you check to see if anyone had been on the Low C building after the shooting?
When did
after
he
this
say he
individual
watched
had
a
jumped off that you've already
video
talked
at a
about?
police
Was there anybody
station?
else on the roof?
What?
Did you check and see in that gap of time?
In that gap of time, no. So once I put up the barrier, I only walked up to about that point, then I went down and reviewed the video from that moment on.
So are you able to say for one way or the other if anyone else had been on that roof in between when the person jumped off the building and when you came on the roof? Are you able to say one way or the other?
There was people up there looking for an individual that ran that way because when I first got told the individual ran heading north, that we didn't know where the shooter was, so we started climbing up and looking, clearing the building. And it wasn't until I
I mean,
went
this
to the
guy
PD
sure
and
gets
actually saw him
around. He's
jump
going
off
up and
the
down
building
and all
that I knew
around,
was
and
off
he
the
doesn't
building.
know anything.
Let me rephrase
Still
that
doesn't
because
know
I think
anything.
I either asked it badly or you misunderstood me. So let me go back again. So from the time that the individual that you spotted on the video jumped off the roof, right? The individual that you thought was in the prone position.
Okay.
Between that and when you got on the roof, did you ever check to see if anybody else had been on the roof in that period of time?
Yeah, and I didn't see anybody.
So you
I
did
didn't
watch?
notice anybody. Yeah.
You didn't, did you look on the video to see that entire, okay, that's what I'm asking. So you did not review the video to see if there was someone between you, that individual jumping off and you coming on,
line of
if anybody had been
questioning,
on
I'm
or
surprised it's
disturbed
not
that
getting
scene.
objected because
But once you put the tape up, you're.
Shouldn't we be
then we're confident
seeing
from
the
that
tape
point on
right
the scene
now?
was preserved, right? By the way, where did you get that tape?
Officers responded on the scene that
we
he
can
was
just
down
talk about a
bottom,
tape that we're not
threw it up to me.
able
so.
to see. I
So
don't
you didn't
think-
have it on you?
No,
And you didn't leave the scene to go get it?
no,
Someone threw it up?
yes.
Great.
It's questions like this that make me want to be an
right.
attorney.
While you were on the roof, did you encounter any spent casings?
As a matter of fact, no, that's why when I saw the prone position where a person would be laying down as a sniper, being around guns and snipers all the time, I was looking for a spent shell casing. I couldn't see one. I was looking over the edge, looking all over the place, making sure the gravel wasn't disturbed, and I couldn't find a shell casing at that moment.
And that
So-
would be, the reason you would be looking for that was because some types of guns, when they shoot, eject a casing automatically, right? Some
Yes.
do, some don't,
Yes,
right? And then you also didn't find any unshot bullets.
no,
Okay. Are you aware of there being a bullet found on another roof? in
I'm
the
not aware.
Vicinity? Were you aware of another bullet being found on the scene, not on the roof of the Losi building?
No.
All right, your body cam footage that I reviewed appears to end while you're still on the roof. Do you know why that is?
Have you seen
I think the battery went dead. It
the
was
videos
right
I'm
at that
talking about, the
moment.
ones that are filmed
Okay.
on campus,
And
right when it happened,
Do you know,
by
did you
regular
ever
civilians?
turn it back on that day or go get it, I don't know, what do you have to do, charge it or stick a new battery in it? I don't even know.
Usually dock it, but no, I didn't go back. It was too chaotic running around.
So that 27-minute and 35-second body cam that starts when you're at the Hall of Flags and ends while you're still on the roof, but haven't put the crime tape up yet, that's the only body cam you have that day?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, how convenient.
You mentioned when you went to the police department, you watched the video where you saw an individual up on the roof,
Yes.
right? And that individual was in the vicinity where you saw the disturbance in the gravel.
Yes.
And when you looked at that video, were you able to identify the individual's face?
I know.
Were you able to identify any markings on their clothing?
I know.
Were you able to
This guy's
identify
jacket
their height?
is fucking bunched up
When you all-
like this, and it's bugging
When
me
we
out.
looked at the picture
Pull
of
it
the,
down.
I think you called it the sniper perch, somebody use your words. It looked like there was a measuring tape laid out next to it. Were you present when they measured like the distance, like how tall that person would have been?
I was not.
So you don't know what that is?
I don't.
What the fuck is this guy so happy about, by the way? Why has he got this little smirk
Were you
on his
able to
face?
tell the person's weight from the
He was
video
all
that you
nervous
saw?
when the prosecutor was
I
up
can tell he
there.
wasn't heavy set. So
Okay.
More of a skinnier
I can
person.
tell you, it wasn't fat.
Could you identify what shoes they were wearing?
I could not.
Could you identify anything about a hat or what was on their head?
At the moment, no, I couldn't.
What was that?
And did you see a gun in the video?
I saw a long black object in the left hand as he was running across the roof.
And in fact, did you describe that in your report as a bag?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why.
All right, let's pull that report back up, please.
What was he gonna say?
Oh, never mind. I don't think you mentioned what you saw. So in your report, pull that back up, please, page 5 on the Bagley one. So looking at the second page, you're actually going to have to go to page 6, I think. You talk about what you saw in the video where
Poor
they
Tyler
jumped
with
off
his
the
little
roof.
bald head.
And again, I'm going to remind you of our conversation we had before about you understand how important these reports are.
Yep.
And do you mention anywhere in this report that you saw a gun?
I did not. I just had an object.
Did you mention that you saw that object? Is that on here?
Nope.
Okay, so you left that out. Now, have you looked at that over and over again?
The video? No,
Yeah.
I've only seen it twice.
Oh, really?
Yep.
When's the last time you saw it?
It's been months.
Okay. The last time you saw it, were you able to tell what that object was in his hand?
Yes.
Now-
Well, not tell what it is. I could see there's an object in that left hand, yes.
And could you, knowing what you know about the case today, do you have an idea about what that object was?
It looks like a rifle or something to that effect, a long object.
It looks like a rifle?
Look like this
Like a long
dick.
object, like skinny and long. You can see it's like, almost like it's covered over something.
So you saw the cover, which was the towel, right?
Yes, and the shape of it is long.
Okay.
You know.
So you can see a towel, but you can't see an actual
I don't know if it
gun.
was a towel or a blanket. I don't know what it was.
But you can't see an actual gun.
No,
the video.
like an object, like a form of a gun, like a long object.
Okay. All right. At the end of that day, what time did you leave the campus?
It was probably like 9 o'clock that night, maybe, somewhere around there.
And did you come back the next morning and work some more?
I came back the next morning, yes.
And you worked all day the next day?
On and off.
When you left at 9 p.m., did you or anyone else know who the shooter was on that day?
I know, not that I know of.
And when you came back the next morning and worked that afternoon, all that day, did you or anybody on that campus know who the shooter was?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So nothing that you found that day, or anyone else to your knowledge, on campus was able to identify who the shooter was?
And that they know.
Right.
Well, during the time I was there, no, that I knew of.
I also want to talk to you about that giant picture that was showed to you. Do you know,
Exhibit 35, I think.
yes, it's Exhibit 35. Do you know who took that picture, where it came from?
I do not.
Do you know how old it is?
I have no idea.
Okay. And the pictures you were shown, Exhibits 1, 2, and 3, that you got up and kind of talked about and showed all the buildings and everything, do you have any knowledge about where those pictures came from? Or
I
who
guess
took
they were
them?
drone footage, just taken from a drone.
Do you know who was operating the drone?
Sergeant Cam Nielsen from Provo Police Department.
Provo Police Department. Had you seen those pictures before today?
Before today, yes.
When did you see them?
A couple weeks ago.
And that was just in preparation for testifying?
Yes.
Prior to that, had you ever seen those pictures?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly.
Can I have the court's indulgence for just a moment, Your Honor?
You may, Ms.
Just one
Esther.
moment. One last thing I want to clarify. We heard you testify that Ms. Richards, or I don't know if she's Deputy Richards,
She's a state employee for the forensic lab.
So Ms.
Melissa.
Richards.
Melissa.
she is the one who took those nighttime pictures of this stuff on the roof?
Yes.
And you testified that she told you that
Well, it
that
might have
was
been
what they
because
looked like that day?
Those were all like
When did you meet
undercovers.
with her?
But
I talked to her on the phone.
just
It was
the-
several weeks ago in
The fact that
preparation
these
for the
people
trial.
know
So
so
prior to a
little
couple
in
weeks ago,
general
you
is
never discussed those
disturbing.
pictures with
Yeah,
her?
because I'd never seen them.
Oh, so a couple weeks ago is the first time you saw them?
Yeah.
All right.
Why is this guy acting
And
like
did
he's
you write
already
any
knows
kind of
what she's going
supplement
to
to
ask
your
and he's like
report
jumping down
to
his
add
throat?
onto your report other than what we've gone through today, that one report you wrote. Have you ever written another
Have you guys
one?
seen that video that I'm talking about? The one where it shows like the
That's all I
like
have.
as
Thank you.
it's
I'd like to hear the
happening,
witness.
Thank you,
like
Ms.
taken from
Ms. Nestor. Mr.
regular
Hernando,
people's
redirect.
cameras. We can watch it if you want. It's pretty
All right.
interesting. It's not very long.
Officer Bagley, if we could pull up State's Exhibit 1.
You've seen it? Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
There's a couple of them. There was one that was done that was like all actual journalists, and I love that one. Because the ones
You've
that are
talked
just
about this,
from like regular people are kind of long.
handgun
and
holster that you
I watch them
observed?
in like
Yes.
On the grass
5 times
in
speed.
the courtyard.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you if you would approach the monitor when it comes up
Yeah.
and point out
The
as best you
journalist
can
one? Yeah.
where you observed that holster, okay?
those shots that guy got when they're like turning around running towards him are so cool. Why does the bailiff keep going up to her? And what's he doing?
Oh, here we are. So again, the question is where was that holster lying when you observed it?
So again, this is the picture of the courtyard area
Me too.
facing north. On the south end down here, you got different tiers of grass. On this top tier back here in this area, which is more the center bottom left of the.
That guy walks like a
photo.
goober.
So it's going to be the waterfalls on the left side, so more towards the top of it. On the south side by the Fugal building, that top tier of grass is about where it was at.
In the middle area of that?
Yes.
By the Fugal building? Okay.
And
I
that's
mean,
where could
even him
see
standing by
straight
that
up
damn
where
picture still,
the line of
he's
sight
like,
was.
it's
Okay.
so vague.
Thank you. Nothing further, Judge.
All right, may this witness be excused.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please excuse him.
Thank you, officer.
Bye.
And just for the benefit of those in attendance, you may have noticed that I drink some water. Please, if you have water and what's been previously approved, don't hesitate. You can drink, just don't spill it.
Just don't.
And let's go to the state. Ready to proceed with your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. The state calls David Hull.
All right. Would you like to come forward and be sworn in?
You do solemnly swear that the testimony you shall give in the case now pending before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
All right, if you'd like to be seated right here at the witness, in the witness seat, and once you're situated, there's a bottle of water to your left. And if you wouldn't mind, after you're seated, bringing that microphone closer to you so it picks up your voice. All right, counsel?
Thank you, Judge.
You're ready.
Yeah, right here something happened, and over here maybe
Good
something
afternoon.
happened. We're not
Afternoon.
really sure. We don't
would
know
you
what's
please
going
state
on.
your
We don't know
full
who
name and spell
anybody
your
is.
last?
David Hull, Hull.
And are you employed?
I am.
Oh my
yes.
God, I love
Who are
his
you employed by?
haircut. Oh my
I'm
God.
employed by the Department of
Yes.
Public Safety.
And how long have you worked for the
I have
Department
not
of
seen
Public
this
Safety?
gentleman.
I'm in my 12th year.
Are you a peace officer?
I am, yes.
Are you post-certified?
I am, yes.
When did you receive your certification?
2015.
And since that time, has your certification remained intact? In other words, has it lapsed or been taken away or anything like that?
No, it's been continuous.
I think you said you're in your 12th year. Did you already say that? Your 12th year with the DPS? Have you worked for any other law enforcement agency besides the DPS?
No, just the state of Utah.
What is your current assignment with the Department of Public Safety?
Currently positioned as an investigative sergeant at Peace Officer Standards and Training.
Oh wait, I did. I heard this guy
Was
for a
that your
second because I was like,
assignment
oh, he has an
in September
accent.
of
And then I was like, no, he
2025?
doesn't have an accent.
No,
But he
it was
does
not.
have an accent.
What was your assignment then?
I was under the State Bureau of Investigations, Major Crimes Division as an investigator.
Okay. Is SBI an acronym or an acronym that's commonly used to describe the State Bureau of Investigation?
It is, yes.
I can refer to it as the SBI, and we're all on the same page, right?
Yep.
Okay. How long were you with the SBI?
A little over 7 years.
And what exactly did you do? What was your assignment with the SBI?
I spent just
I don't
under a
know.
year in
I
the
didn't
Alcohol
really
Bureau
watch it.
and the undercover unit, and then the remainder of that time was with Major Crimes.
I only
major
like heard
crimes,
him talk for a second,
what did
and
that
then
entail?
I
Predominantly
started getting ready.
investigating crimes that are considered to be major in nature, predominantly violent crime, including homicide, sexual assault, in some cases, fraud cases. Kind of covered a whole gambit of things, but predominantly violent crime.
And throughout your career with the DPS, have you done any training related to murder investigations specifically?
Yes, I have.
And could you just briefly describe what that specific training entailed?
I've done internal and external courses around lead homicide investigation, officer-involved critical incidents, child deaths and unexplained deaths in children, aquatic homicide.
So he's taken
and
courses?
then,
Like,
just
what have you
continuing
actually done, though?
investigations related to homicide itself.
They all suck.
And throughout your career with DPS, have you either
This is another
played
guy,
a
right?
role
With
in
his
or
wrinkly-ass jacket.
led a homicide investigation?
I have, yes.
How many do you think?
Hi.
Either directly or indirectly, I've probably been involved in approximately 40 or so.
And is that throughout the state of Utah?
Yes, we assist throughout the state of Utah.
Were you working September 10th of 2025?
I was, yes.
And did you work shifts? Did you work a certain shift that day, or how does it work at the SBI?
Kind of work 24/7, 365, but predominantly Monday through Thursday, office hours.
Okay. On that date, were you asked to respond to the campus of Utah Valley University?
I was, yeah. I was at the office in Taylorsville, and I was asked to respond down to Utah Valley University.
Okay. What did you understand was going on at UVU that day?
I didn't know much. I had been told that there was some kind of an event and an individual had been shot.
Did you have a name?
Give me a
Someone had
break.
told me that Charlie Kirk had been shot.
At that point in time, were you familiar with Charlie Kirk?
I was not, no.
Okay. Did you end up responding? So when you found out that there was an event, that it was Charlie Kirk that had been shot, that was while you were still up in Taylorsville at your office?
Yes, we hadn't been asked to respond at that point. Another agent in the office showed me a video of the shooting, and I went back to work because we hadn't been asked to respond at that point.
At
I
some
know, I
point,
think
though,
we
were
just
you
watched that
asked
guy.
to respond or directed to respond to Utah
Yes,
Valley?
yes, we were. We were asked
Okay.
to make our way down to the university to provide any kind of assistance that was needed.
Okay. And do you
I think he's
recall
just
who
an
directed you
investigator.
to come down to Utah Valley?
I believe it was Lieutenant Jensen.
And is that something, responding to a scene like this, on a report like that, is that something that's done frequently within the SBI?
Yeah, SBI
What kind of a
functions as
question
a
is that?
supplementary investigative
stupid
division
question.
for really anybody in the state who needs it, whether it's a smaller local agency that just needs additional resources. We often respond with the crime lab to help process crime scenes. But it would be normal for us to be called out to assist another agency.
Okay, so we understand correctly, when you were
If John
first
Oliver was like
directed
a
to come down to Utah Valley,
rockabilly guy.
you were just coming down to give whatever help you could provide.
Correct.
Okay. That eventually changed.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
My assumption
Well-
was we were responding to assist process a crime scene, essentially.
You're covering the
Prior
FOIAs for
to
this
September
case?
10th, 2025, how familiar were you with the Utah Valley University campus?
Okay, so I'm pretty
Not
sure the guy
very.
you're
I think
talking
I
about,
maybe
we
had been there once
just,
before.
yeah, that would be cool.
How about from
I mean,
September 10th
I was just
onward?
telling them
Did
that
you
I've
become
got
more
a
familiar
whole
with the
entire
campus?
Became a lot
folder
more
full of
familiar
Tyler
with the
Robinson
campus.
stuff.
And
stuff.
what
You know
way
what
or how?
is great? Scribd. Have you been on Scribd?
Both in
I don't know
walking
why
the
I'm like looking over
campus
here.
and looking at the
If you go on
the incident
Scribd, there's
scene,
so much Tyler
and
Robinson
viewing
stuff. I mean, you can
surveillance
read
video
all
of
of the
the
court
campus and the
transcripts.
surrounding areas. And just my general involvement in the investigation, I became a lot more
Yeah,
familiar
I mean,
with
it's
the
like I
buildings,
start getting so into it, and then
the
sometimes I'm like, it's
amphitheater
so
and
much.
the surrounding area and the campus itself.
All right, and we'll come back to that here in a moment. Who else
Do you have
responded
like
to
FBI
UVU
stuff or
from the
what?
SBI?
Has the FBI even turned in their stuff?
Originally, I thought it was just myself and a couple of others. I remember Sergeant Falmina, Sergeant Bricker, Sergeant L. Schultz,
It's Jess
Sergeant Clark,
_coast at
Agent Brian
outlook.com.
Davis, and a number of other agents were arriving or were on scene when I arrived there.
Thank you.
Do you recall if other law enforcement
Hi.
agencies responded that same day?
Yes, there was a large law enforcement
Very
presence.
few, yeah.
Federal entities, I believe the FBI, the DEA, ATF, I think some U.S. Marshals. There was obviously our state presence, and then there was county and city and local
Is that goth
agencies
chick in
on
the
scene
corner
also.
on the right? Is that a
So had all
the
these folks
court
responded by the time you got
transcript
here?
lady?
Or had they responded prior to, or?
Some could have been on scene prior to, some were arriving while I was arriving, others arrived later.
That
I
won't
know
reach
there were
me, but-
several forensic units from various entities, including the State Crime Lab and other agencies.
And did you interact with all these different agencies? You personally?
Oh my God, I cannot get
Throughout
enough
the
of this
course
guy's
the
hairdo.
following few days, probably the majority of them, yes.
I think
wanna
you related
touch it.
that originally the SBI was directed to come down just to.
I'm
see
just
if
glad
you could
I
help.
don't
Is
have to
that
type.
fair to say?
I'm glad in my life
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
have
all I
to
knew
type
when I
because
left
I'm
the
the
office.
worst
was to go
typer,
down and see
especially on
what
my keyboard with my
services-
nails. Oh, forget
What
about
can
it.
you do to help?
And I asked you earlier if that role changed, and I believe you said it did.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that. How did your role change from what you initially came down to do to whatever it evolved into?
Having been on scene for a little while, there were some conversations and discussions that took place, and I was informed by my lieutenant that myself and Agent Davis
This
would
prosecutor
be
has a weird body.
taking
He has
lead
like a little
on the
head,
investigation on behalf
and then
of
like
the
a
State
big
Bureau
old
of
butt.
Investigations.
and his hands are like
So the
as big as
SBI
his
was
head.
gonna be
It's just
the
got a
lead
weird
investigative agency?
shape.
Correct.
And you were going to be the lead case agent,
Yes, sir.
along with Agent Brunt,
Agent
or
Davis.
Agent Davis.
Yep.
Okay. What does it mean to be the lead investigator or the lead case agent?
It depends on the situation, but predominantly you're responsible for kind of directing the investigation, coordinating information.
These
that
questions
is
seem
coming
all
in.
out of order. Like when you ask
Typically,
him
scenes are
that
fairly
in the
chaotic
beginning,
initially, so you're trying to process as much information as possible and make as much use of the available resources that you have. Kind of an organizational role would probably be a good way to describe it.
Okay, so you played an active role in organizing.
In coordination
this little
with the
game,
administrations of all
these
of the
little
agencies
cards,
that were on scene, yeah, we were
and
trying
the
to
game
coordinate
is how well
efforts
do you know me?
and
And
get
so I was
pertinent
thinking of like
information as
doing
quickly as possible.
another live.
Do you
I want to
recall
start
whether
going live
assignments
more,
were made
and then
at
like
least
playing this
with
game with
the
you
SBI
guys.
agents that
And
responded with
I've
you?
I've only looked at a
Yeah, we
couple
have
of questions.
a core group within
and
major crimes that were
I
assigned
think it'd be
specific
cute
tasks.
to do.
And do they include the agents that you mentioned just a minute ago?
Yes, I believe so.
So each one of those agents with the SBI were given a specific assignment?
Yes, with the information we had, the agents were assigned to do specific things.
And do you remember specifically what assignments were given to whom?
Yes, Sergeant Falmina was
Okay, I
asked to
will.
coordinate with the,
I'm gonna
the State
I'm gonna
Crime
try to
Lab and the
see if I
responding
can
crime scene techs
figure it out to where there's not a delay.
manage and process
I'm
any
hoping that
identified
if
crime
it,
scenes.
yeah, because I don't like that. There's
Sergeant
no way
Mark
that there's this
Bricker
much of a
was put
delay
in
when
touch
other
with,
people are going live. I just
UVU's,
don't know what I'm doing.
surveillance and operations team to start working through
Because it
any
would be very
available footage or
frustrating for me
information
if
that we
it
had
was
that had
just
been recorded.
me, you know, and I'm talking and then.
Sergeant Clark was tasked with
I mean, maybe there. I don't know. I'll have to ask AG.
the area canvas
He has a
around
delay too and how to fix it.
the campus area, looking for information or any available information from the immediate area around campus. Sergeant L. Schultz was working with the SIAC and other administration to try and manage the flow of information that had started
A
to
Google
occur.
account? What do you mean?
You said that initially when you showed up, things were
Well,
a bit
that's-
chaotic.
Yes.
Did that
Do you
have
need
something to
a
do with
Gmail?
all
Is
the
that what you're
different
saying?
agencies
Because
that
that
had
was an
responded?
Outlook.
Yes, and I think
That was an
initially there
Outlook
was still
email
some
address.
uncertainty as to whether we were
Are you trying to send
working
me
with
like
an
Google Drive?
active shooter
stuff?
or an active crime scene. The campus is spread
Okay.
over a large area,
So,
and so
I can
getting
give you a
that,
Gmail.
deemed
Okay.
to be safe is
So,
quite a
are
process
you
and
ready?
involved a lot of people.
Gotcha.
It.
Do you know if the campus
Hold on. Let me make
was
sure that I give you the right.
deemed safe eventually?
Eventually, my understanding is
Sure,
the
yeah.
campus was locked down and
Tell it to
secured,
you
and
correctly.
we were able to start getting people in to start processing crime scenes and doing additional things.
Okay.
Okay.
You
So
said
it's Just
It sounds like
Coast.
that chaos eventually subsided, you got organized, and assignments were made.
Just Coast.
What was the first thing that you did
1230
as lead
at
investigator?
gmail.com.
Well, it kind of became organized chaos, but
Now,
we did have
that's
a plan.
a new email
and
address,
our
but I'm
priority
assuming
was
that there would be a
determining
Google
whether
Drive
we had an
attached to it.
ability or a way to be able to
I guess we'll
identify
find
who
out.
had been involved in the shooting. That was our primary focus at that time.
Did that include collecting information that was becoming available?
Yes, we were getting a large volume of information from
no
the general
underscores or
public.
anything.
Phone tips, people sending videos. Analysts were scrolling through social media and social sites as people were posting information onto the internet. So there was a lot of information coming in, a lot of things that needed to be processed through and worked.
Okay, were videos coming in?
This is
Yes, cell
boring.
phone videos were coming in.
It's my live stream.
If you imagine there's
Boring.
2,000 people at an event and everybody has a cell phone, there was a lot of information that people were willing to share with us.
Right. Do you know whether
I sat at
you
my
or someone
desk
else with the
doing-
SBI collected or received a video from
Nice.
an Amanda Wright?
Okay, I will.
Yes, yeah, I know
I'll
a
let
cell
you
phone
know.
video was collected from Amanda Wright.
I sat at
Do you
my
know
desk
Amber? I'm
for
sorry?
so
Amber, right?
long.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amber. Well,
Let me mute this
you
for a
tell me,
second.
Amanda
It's
or
starting
Amber?
to get on my nerves.
okay. I apologize for.
This guy's voice is starting to get on my nerves. I sat at my desk for so long that when I was doing research for Audrey's video, I mean, I did so much research for that video that I think I was literally at my desk for straight 12 hours at a time, just sitting doing research online, trying to find out as much information as I could, to where I hurt my neck and my back and I have this huge pinched nerve going from the back of my neck all the way down into my arm and down my back. I've been laid out because of it, because I did that. All that research. I mean, I was doing 12 hours straight at my computer trying to do research for her video for a week. And every time I was like, no, don't waste any more time on it. I just couldn't stop. I was obsessed. So I've been and so I've been laid out. I've had to just be laying down because standing hurts and sitting hurt. Sitting's okay right now, but it's starting to kind of get on me. She was up in Fancy's premiere earlier being nasty. What? She has no room to be nasty. Then her brother showed up in chat and was saying he wanted to reach out to me and ended up emailing Fancy. Why does he want to I don't have anything to say to her brother. I think she did take my videos down that I asked her to. I think she might have. I looked today. And I think she might have taken the ones down that I asked her to take down. Just the one. I don't care if she wants to talk shit about me in other videos, whatever. She just looks like a jerk. But the one where she's doxing my child for no reason, I'm not okay with that. But I think she took it down. I don't know. But yeah, Fancy told me that she had done a TikTok live where she played my video, which was very sweet of her. And I haven't watched the replay. I mean, obviously you could see my reaction in my second video that I made. I couldn't hold back. And I really felt like that was ugly of me to be cussing as much as I did. I really don't want people to ever see that side of me. But I mean, she brought it out in me and I'm not going to be fake. Exactly. It's her tone, man. You can say, and I get it. And people are telling me my tone was awful in my second video, but I was being defensive. And I was only talking to her. I'm not going to talk to other people like that. I don't talk to people like that. I have no reason to. I don't have people like that in my life. Yeah, and her face, and she's just so. I mean, every time she makes a video, she's like that, and I don't understand how people can watch her and just be so bowing down to her. I mean, whatever, to each their own, but it makes me think that the people who watch her are also like that, and I mean that they must be condescending, just hate mongers, I guess. What did she mean by that? I think killer? Yeah, she's just so snarky. What do you mean? Aita, it's so good to see you in here. What did she mean by that you think killer? I don't know what that means. She is fake. She's fake, and it's just so easy to see her pattern. And I'm being totally. She was misinterpreting what I said or wrote. Of course she was. Of course she was. Fraudery. Oh my God. Fraudacious fraudery. When I said that last night, like I was still patting myself on the back this morning when I woke up. Oh my God. Because I kept trying to think of a word to like change her for, the audacious part to like something else that was like nasty. And I like went online and I was looking at different words and trying to like figure out like what it could be, and nothing like sounded decent. And then I don't know what just came over me last night, and I was like, fraudacious fraudery. And I was like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. She was attacking Fancy. And that's the thing. Like, no one's attacking anybody. No one's attacking anybody. Like, nobody's attacking anyone. You want to come out and ask people for $200,000 free dollars? Sure. Okay. Well, my house burnt down when I was a year old in 1980. I want $1 billion. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that her mom doesn't deserve to be helped, but it's also not our responsibility to take care of her mom and buy her mom a new house just because her mom isn't responsible. Her mom made bad choices, or her mom doesn't have her shit together. That's not our fault. And I have a feeling that Ronnie, the boyfriend, wants her to kick rocks. And I think that's why he dissolved his LLC. That's just my personal opinion. It's all alleged, Yeah, we all deserve. I mean, we should all get. I think me and Fancy should get, split. I mean, but I really don't think she's actually attacked anybody else. I mean, you're saying that she said something about Fancy. I mean, the fact that she attacks anybody just shows her mentality, though. Yeah, the fire was in 2024. And you know what? And I totally forgot to mention, because I wasn't really trying to do like the whole like comparing her lies to her lies. Like, I mean, I found the article, I found all the details, and I already had a lot of that information before I made this video. I just was kind of holding it, my cards close to my chest. Like I made the first video completely wrong because when I said in my video, which was like, on paper, Nora does not look like her. It's her mom. Nora is like detached from her life on paper. Bonnie, it looks like is her mom. So that's what all the research was in the first video, which is why everything was wrong. But what wasn't wrong was the fact that like something didn't seem right, and something wasn't right, And so I don't expect her to apologize. I don't expect her to do anything like, you know what I mean, except for just be an honest person. But I don't think she'll ever be a completely honest person. I honestly don't follow her. I don't watch her. I never really watched her content in the first place. I mean, she's always just pops up because Gypsy or whatever, but I don't really ever watch her content. To be honest, I don't really watch anybody's content. I look forward to Morbid's lives because I have so much fun in chat. And then I watch AG Tactical, and then everything else is just random true crime, like whatever body cam footage has come out. I don't follow content creators. And then I sprinkle in some Daily Freddo or whatever her name is, Kajia, for the Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk drama. I watch Candace Owens. And maybe I shouldn't admit that, but I'm really not up people's asses like that. I kind of mind my own business. But when I see something that catches my attention because it seems shady, I'm going to start doing some research, or I'm going to at least start paying attention. And that's what I like to do. I just like to bring things to people's attention if I feel like, it's my community, or not my community, but, this community. Well, it is my community. I'm a part of this community. It's my community. I mean, I was a part of this community before I was a content creator. So yeah, I feel like it is my community, the one that I'm in. I just like to bring things to people's attention. And if I have questions, I'm not going to make a video unless I really feel strongly about something, But I'm not afraid to say how I feel, and I'm not afraid to be wrong either. But, you know, as long as Audrey took that video down about my daughter, that's fine with me, you know? The fact that she likes to attack people is just her personality, because she would rather spend all of her time doxing people than, like, you know, being honest and like telling, like, clearing things up on her side. Yeah, totally. Like, it's just her tone. I'm not into it. I'm not into it. Like, I don't care that much about Gypsy Rose, to be honest. And to be honest, I don't hate Gypsy Rose either. I don't hate anybody. Yeah, she did go for the jugular. Like, I don't hate like people want me to. Like, I get a lot of comments in my comment sections like, aren't you anti this or are you pro that? And like, I'm not anti this or pro that. I'm anti wrong. I'm anti people getting mistreated, and I'm pro what's right. Like, I just want things to be fair and right. And that's just the kind of person I am. I don't stand strong, solid on a team. Like, I don't do that because, like, we all can see, shit changes very quickly. And, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, it's like, I just don't, I'm not here to stand firm with anti or pro anything. Like, honestly, Gypsy Rose, to be honest, like, Gypsy Rose is probably so happy right now that all of this is going down, because, like, I mean, she's just minding her own business and doing her thing, and this is all, you know, distracting people from really focusing on her, which she's probably stoked, you know. And to be honest, her behavior's been a lot better than Audrey's. I mean, Audrey's behavior is gross, and she acts worse than Gypsy does. Like, if you want to compare on a daily basis, what does Gypsy do and what does Audrey do? Audrey's gross. Audrey does gross things. She does hurtful things to her community. She does hurtful things to people. She says awful things. She speaks condescending towards her audience, and she lies and lies and lies a lot. And Gypsy's over here like trying to do a fucking brand deal with some hair care product. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you really want to compare who's worse right now, Audrey's looking pretty bad, in my personal opinion. You know, and good for Gypsy, because, you know, and a lot of people like don't like it when I say things like that, but it's like, I can root for the underdog. I can watch a sports game and not have a team that I like. I don't have to be like, you know, I only like the Bengals and then watch a game that the Bengals aren't in and not appreciate like good sports playing. Like, of course I can, you know. I get called Gypsy and Brie all the time since Audrey showed up, to be honest, because I'm done. I'm not here to bully. I went through the available medical records as a historian, decided it's not our business. 100%. People always trip out. People get so mad when I say I don't care about the medical records. Dude, I just don't think people understand what I mean when I say that. You know how she's like, well, why didn't you message me? It's like, well, bitch, I did message you. Why didn't you message me? And she did message me, you know, but like all the emails, all the DMs that I typed to Audrey that she showed in that little TikTok short or whatever that she did, those were all, I didn't mean anything that I said in there, which makes it sound like I'm a liar, but I'm not a liar. I just knew what kind of a person she was, and I knew she was going to show those DMs because that's what she does. She's gross like that. So I don't even remember what I said to her, because like I wasn't even being real. I was just like acting like I was dumb. I was acting like I was like, but you're such a good content creator. And I was just saying like all these really, really nice things, but I didn't mean any of it. Yeah, that's what she keeps saying. Well, they told me to. It's like, girl, for someone who is so snarky and so condescending and is so like knowledgeable about all these facts that she's always green screening about, all of a sudden she's dumb. Like, she can't be both. You can't be dumb and be the one with all of the receipts. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like fake or cruel. And and so a lot of what I deleted in that second video, and she's like, why'd you delete so much of your stuff? It's like, well, a lot of what I deleted was just me replaying my video. We didn't really need to see all that. Plus it was like, had an echo because, I kept forgetting to mute my microphone. And then also it was like, a lot of it was like me cussing, cussing a lot. Like I took a lot of that out because people were like, why'd you have to be so vulgar? It's like, I didn't really have to be. I was just kind of mad. The GoFundMe from 2 years ago, I guess. It was. The $8,000 Ronnie GoFundMe. Yeah, that wasn't real. That wasn't real. He was just being silly, trying to make it look like Ronnie made more money than she did. Yeah, and so it's like, if she knows what's good, she'll drop the act and that's what I'm saying. Just drop and you know what? None of us will be mad. I'll never be. You guys have heard me say a million times, like, you can't get mad at the truth. If you get mad at the truth, that's a you problem. You got to be grateful when someone's honest with you, even if you don't like what you're hearing, because like in this world, you just got to be grateful if someone's being honest with you. Hi, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And so like if she wants to just drop the whole act and just be like, hey, like, here's the deal. I wouldn't be mad at her and I wouldn't give her a hard time and I wouldn't talk shit. I would just be like, that would be what's the word? I'm brain farting right now. What are you doing, Bubba? Oh, thank you. And you know what? I've contemplated being a Savant Gang. What's up? I've contemplated, like, seriously. So I worked at this factory a couple of years ago at this car manufacturing plant, and then and became very good friends with some of my coworkers. And then we all left the company, and I went back to Amazon, and they went into they became jail wardens. And, after getting to know me very well, they were like, Jesse, you've got to come and apply to be, work at the jail. And I was like, I would love to do that, because she knows me and she knows that, like, when I'm at work, like this, like y'all don't want to be around me when I'm at work, because I'm fucking hardcore when I'm at work. Like, I'm all about, like, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do it right. And like, I'm not bossy or anything. Like, I'll do all the work if I have to. Like, I'm just like nose to the ground. Like, I'm a really hard worker. And it's like, a lot of people at the company didn't like me, but my bosses did. My bosses were promoting me all day long, every day, because they're like, yep. After like a week, she's like, she made me a manager because I'm a really hard worker. And so she was like, it's a perfect job for you, because they know how I get real serious when I'm at work, because I'm all business. And so I thought about that. So that kind of like opened my mind. And then, like, watching some of these trials, these court trials, I'm like, fuck, like, I would love to be an attorney, and then I thought, that's way too much work. And it's like, so then I just thought, like, I'd really like to be like a police interrogator, or like a police investigator or something like that, because I really have not even realizing it until I started making videos on YouTube, but like, I really have a good poker face. And maybe it's why I used to be a really good poker player. Like, I used to win a lot, and it may have something to do with that. But like, I can be seriously so mad, and like, you would never know. I just don't show it that much on my face. But I'd really like to do something like that, because I mean, obviously I didn't, get all the answers right with the first Audrey video, but I did do a lot of research. I mean, I will research until my eyeballs are bleeding out of my skull, my back goes out, yeah. But I am always. What update did she do to her GFM? Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked. Someone said that. Who was it? They said it's still up. Yeah, I do have Drive. Yeah. Be so claustrophobic in a jail. Well, not if you're like a warden, but it's a lot of hours. Like, I mean, and my friend, she's totally changed as a person ever since she started working there. Like, she is one of the coolest, funniest people I've ever met in my life. Oh, Barbie girl, thank you so much. Thank you. Shout out Barbie girl. Hearts in the chat. She's just the funniest chick ever. And then like once she became a jail warden, like I really don't talk to her that much anymore because she's just changed. Like every time I try to talk to her, she's just cussing the entire conversation, and she's almost seems like she's gotten really stubborn, and she's just a different person. And like she got married. Like I worked with her and her husband, and we were all like best friends. And then like she got married, and like I saw pictures of it on Facebook. I was like, hello? What? She was like, oh, well, it was just close family. I'm like, bullshit. You talked about how all your cop friends were there. And she was like, oh, well, it was just a small family thing. I'm like, bitch, please. People, if you want a refund, contact GoFundMe directly. She's like, I'm not giving back shit. Yeah, with GoFundMe, I would assume that they would be the ones giving the money back because, you know, they still have it. I don't think it's gone to them. I don't know how GoFundMe works, but I think that you reach like a goal. Yeah, exactly. I got the pin account on speed dial right here, bitch. Don't think I don't. Okay. We all got check marks. Is that what Fraudry said? She was like, Morbid's got a check. Jess has got a check. We've all got checks. Well, you can write me a check, girl. So funny. She needs to write me a check. She needs to write me something. Yeah. I think she really like sits in the anger. Like I think it really makes her mad. Like I was just making a video asking questions, and like I would hate, like, and I don't feel bad for her at all, trust me, but like it must suck to be a person who like watches a video of you getting caught in 4K red-handed, and then for that to just infuriate you so much that you dox someone's kids. That is wild behavior. That's crazy. That's crazy denial. That's crazy. And so, this is what I was saying. I remembered something that I was saying. Yes, I love when I do that. I was saying that I'm not a credentialed behavior analyst. Obviously, I would have my certificates up everywhere. You know what I mean? But it's not that I haven't been studying it for over 2 years constantly. You know what I mean? Like I do. Like I'm obsessed with it so much that like I did it because I'm neurodivergent. I study behavior because I'm neurodivergent, because I like to be able to recognize things faster than I normally do. Like if I had more than one person over at my house at a time and just one of the people was having a conversation with me, everyone else could be robbing my house blind. And I'm a very observant person, but because of my neurodivergence, like you could just bring over 4 of your homies and have one of them talk to me, and then by the time we're done with our conversation, I would have no furniture anymore. You know, because it's just I get like very I don't know how to explain it. Like my brain and my gut, which are both excellent working, fully functioning things, they don't know how to like get in touch and have a little, meeting, and they're like, hey, do something about it in the moment. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it sucks. It really sucks. It's part of the reason why I kind of stay home alone all the time. I would just rather be at home alone than having to deal with like people who don't get me, or just like people who bug the shit out of me. I don't know. People kind of bug me. It's not that I hate people. They just, I don't know. I have a lot of like things, Yeah, and I'm actually kind of, PT, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad that like I started this channel because I'm obsessed with YouTube and I watch it constantly. And I figure I might as well because like I'm not getting any younger. And I was mauled by a pack of dogs. So not this past October, but the October before that, I was mauled by a pack of dogs and they broke my knee and like tore off my calf and everything, right? And so I was laid out for months. I couldn't walk. I wasn't even allowed to stand or anything. And then I got a settlement from that. And so then it was just like, I felt so good once I didn't have to work. And then I thought, well, I mean, fuck it. I'm going to buy everything I need. Like I set up my music studio. I bought, first I was just making music, like, you know, from scratch, not AI music, like, you know, DJing and like making music with like, I have all kinds of music stuff, electronic music stuff, MIDIs, and I have all kinds of music recording equipment. And so at first I was just making music. And then I was like, I'm going to get a camera and just start making videos. And so, you know, I could afford to buy nice equipment and I have, you know, an extra room to be my studio. And so I'm glad that I did though, because I've learned a lot about myself by doing it, by watching myself, because, you know, when you live alone and you have no friends that are in this state that you hang out with, like, you know, it's like, I don't know, getting to know myself. Pattern recognition equals pattern disruption recognition too. I made Audrey look like a lying idiot. Well, I wasn't trying to make her look like anything. She just is one. I don't have to make her look like anything. She just is one, you know? I mean, I just called it out. And I'm so glad that I finally found all the receipts. And I'm so grateful. Like, thank God I guess that's what, it's part of the struggles that I have when I'm trying to research things. Like, you don't know how many times, I think I've asked Audrey like twice because I forget to reach out to people that may have information. Like, I downloaded all of the Into the Weeds Google Drive FOIAs for Gypsy and it really wasn't shit. And so I obtained my own and those weren't really shit. So it's like I stopped kind of doing research on the case because it's like, it's kind of all played out. You know what I mean? I'd rather just be funny and read her book, you know? And so, but there was one thing that I really wanted to know, and it had to do when I made my Nicholas Godejohn video, and I just wanted to know a freaking date. She had just received a stack of FOIAs this big where she audited Dee Dee Blanchard's life, and she had every detail from everything. And so I knew she would have it. Plus, she was making tons of videos at that time saying like, oh, well, we're making timelines. And she had already started coming out with a couple of the things where she was matching this to, like crazy fucking retarded details about like shit. Like she texted him at this time and that at this time, to where I was like, okay, well, she's going to know this answer. Like it's going to be so easy for her. Like all she's going to have to do is flip to that page, because in all of the content she was posting at that time, it would have been there. She wouldn't have had to dig for it. And even still, like she was like claiming that, you know, she had everything all organized or whatever, which I doubt she even made it available to everybody like she said she was going to. But anyway, she was like, I don't have that. I was like the simplest question too. I was like, I was like, cool, which I totally felt like she was lying to me. But I was like, cool, all right. Bet. And then she responded with, again after that, like, well, I mean, she might have been like something super vague. And it was like, by that point, I think I'd already made the video and I was over it. But like, all I wanted to do was know if it was a date. I just wanted to know what Gypsy was doing on this one day. That's it. She knew. So, you know, and she wouldn't give me the answer. And so that was my first bad experience with Audrey. And this was months ago. And that was I was like, okay, I see what kind of person you are. Okay, cool, got it. You know, and so I kind of knew from her response in that, because I would have never thought in a million years that she would have been rude like that or just that dismissive. But it kind of tells me that maybe she's jealous, or she's like what's it called? Like a content hoarder when it comes to Gypsy. Like they want to know, they're like a schmeagle. They're like, it's my content. Those are my FOIAs. You know what I mean? Like they just want to have them all to themselves and you can't know anything. Like that's how I feel like they are. And it's like, girl, this shit has been out way before we existed in this space. Like, I mean, it's, you think telling me what Gypsy was doing on this one day is going to hurt you? You know what I mean? Like, give me a break. So, yeah, I was like, oh, okay, she's kind of like Becca Scoops. Yeah, gatekeepers, exactly. Yeah, y'all youngins. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but I feel like an old lady when I'm like, oh yeah, those words. It's weird hoarding info. I know, and you know what's so cool? Like one of my first guests in here today was like, I just got all these FOIAs for the Tyler Robinson case. She's like, I'm gonna send them all to you right now. Like that's what that's all about. Like. Dude, there's one girl who I talk to on a daily basis, okay? She's one of my subs. I've never met her in real life, but she's just, one of you guys. And we text each other every day. She's the first person I texted when I woke up this morning. She's probably the last person who texted me when I went to bed last night, okay? And she's like, oh, I found this. She mentioned something like she loves going through the Gypsy files. And she said something the other day. She was like, oh, and she was like, oh, I got this. She wanted to show me something, like some information. I was like, girl, I've had that stuff for months. Like, I will sit. What do you need? Like, I don't even want it anymore. Take it all. Like, I don't want it. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I just pretend like I'm not an old. I mean, I don't feel old, and I certainly don't act old. Like I don't even. I forget that I'm old. You know what I mean? I don't even think about my age. But yeah, I'm very young at heart. Boys, and they would say, "I'm going to read them, but I can't show them." No, that must have been before my time. Yeah, I didn't follow anything about Gypsy Rose except for whatever Kyla would come out with, and I just watched Kyla because of her, gossipy, just news. Like, she was just kind of current events, and so if she happened to cover Gypsy, then that's how I knew about what was going on with her. But I definitely, thank you. I do. You know what's so funny is when I was in high school, or I'd just graduated high school. I was down at this my favorite cafe in Laguna where I was born and raised, and this lady came up to me and she was like, I don't know what she was, but she stopped me dead in my tracks and she said, "Oh my God." And she was like, she wasn't crazy or anything. She was just like, she was like a psychic or something. And she goes, "Tell me." She goes, "You are so beautiful." She said, what did she say? She goes, "When were you born? Are you a Capricorn?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a Capricorn." She goes, "Oh, that's what I thought." She goes, you are going to be more younger and more beautiful looking. The older you get, the more younger and beautiful you are." And I was like thinking, sweet, but I've always thought about that. I'll never forget. She's just said some really, really nice, wonderful things that she said I was going to have a blessed life. But the one thing I don't really remember what else she said, but she said that I was gonna, because I thought she said it was because I was a Capricorn that I was going to look younger and younger as I got older, and I just kept thinking, rad. Yeah, exactly. Some days yeah, exactly. Like physically this week I've been feeling like I'm about 89. I always tell my friends, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to start telling people that I'm like 72 so that they're like, damn, you look good. But I always forget because I literally don't know how to lie. I forget. Audrey was trying to tell people in her live chat like last week or whatever that I was 59, and I was like, and it was the day I popped into her live chat. I was in Morbids and someone was like, "Oh, Audrey's live right now." And so I went into her. I was in both. And I was like, "What's up, girl?" Like I was like, confronting her. And she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Yeah." And she was in the middle of just talking shit about me and lying. And I'm sitting in her chat just going like, "I didn't say that." And then everyone's like, "You said that." I'm just like, "I'm telling you, I didn't." And she's like, "Yeah, she's lying. It's crazy to me what she does. I'm in the lie. I mean, I'm in the chat or whatever." And she's like saying, "Yeah, she is a liar. Yeah, no, she did say that." And I'm like, "No, I didn't. I never said that." And then everyone's like, "You said that." It was wild. And she was like, "Yeah." She's like, "She doesn't look 59. I'm like, "I'm not." And I was thinking, like, I'm right here. Just ask ask me. She's like, yeah. And they were like saying like, because someone in chat's like, she's 59. And she was like, yeah, I think she's 59. She doesn't look 59. I was like, oh my God. And Andre's like, are you 59? And I'm like, no, I'm not 59. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, you guys. Case did that today to you? Like lied about you? Every once in a while I'll see Case live and it's like if I just want to take a nap, I guess. I mean, he's like I mean, I get it. It's his live chat and he doesn't show his face. So maybe that's what you're supposed to do is just talk the whole entire time. I don't know, but like he just does the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And it's hard to, it's just like, okay, do you have a topic? Do you make videos about him? I'm sorry, Peachy. I've never seen any of your content except for that one. I think you did a song about Becca. I'm so bad. So boring, right? Yeah, I don't watch anybody. I don't. Has anyone watched Becca lately? She had her most recent video. I just happened to see it today because I was trying to find my girl's URL to like make her a mod and I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, I know she's up in these videos, like, commenting, and I just couldn't find her for some reason. But so I went to Becca's page and her most recent video had 13,000. Yeah. Becca who? Every time so Morbid talks about her, I'm like, Becca who? Becca what? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess she probably just has her little Truth Train member passengers and then that's it, and that's fine. They can stay over. I mean, I feel like I actually I don't feel like it's blatantly obvious that Becca's Truth Train members, which that's where I first, met a lot of people. Becca and I definitely shared a community. Audrey's community is like disturbed. Like I think maybe because she's mostly on TikTok, I think that probably has a lot to do with it. I don't fuck with TikTok really, and like yeah, the live train, and I think that's why Audrey's audience is like barbarians, like cavemen that just were like, "Roar!" and they just want to like, take their torches and spears through the town. Yeah, you did. You said that in the comment, the bobbleheads. You said, what did I, because I said, I don't know what their demographic, or what did I say? And you were like, oh, demographic is bobbleheads. But I should probably go. I know I said that like an hour ago. TikTok is too much. It's too much. It's either like AI crap or like I don't think TikTok knows me. And then also I just spend too much money when I'm over there. Like now they started doing those things where like everything's $1. And oh, thank you. I know I don't want to go, but it's kind of hard for me to sit here. My neck's really hurting me, and it's 10 o'clock here where I live. And my dog probably hates my guts right now. I haven't fed her dinner yet. Yeah. But yeah, TikTok is before I was a content creator and when I was, laid up from the accident, or from the dog mall, I was making TikToks and I had become like a seller or whatever, but so I started like, they would send me free products, but like I never sold a damn thing on there. Like it's too much for me. And I don't think it's because I'm old. It's just because it's like, I don't get it. But I will shop over there, and it's not good. I'll probably have like 5 boxes of jewelry coming in next week. But you know what? But oh, look at this. So see this little thing right here? So so I watch, like those, because I think so. I'm gonna make I think I'm gonna make a video showing my me cleaning off this table that I have set up in my living room, because I need to get rid of the damn table, okay? Because the table's taking up half the room, and it's just, I'm not doing jewelry making anymore because I'm all healed. I don't need to sit around and make jewelry. But so of course I ordered like $1 billion worth of beads. And so on TikTok Live, like when they have the beads in there and then they do the UV light, and then however many, like there's the matching, like if there's 3 reds you get 3 more scoops or whatever. So I was constantly hitting those bitches up, and I was like, do you sell those wooden scoopers? Do you sell those wooden scoopers? And they would be like, huh, they hardly speak English. But the last one I went into like a month ago, I'd never seen her channel before, but she was doing this, and I was like, do you sell the wooden scooper? And she was like, this? And I was like, yes. And she was like, okay, $6.99. I was like, yes. I was so stupid, but I was so excited because you can't just buy these, you'd have to make one. And she sold it to me. She's like, it'll be the one I'm using right now. I'm like, that's cool. I mean, I hit up my ex-boyfriend who does car restoration. I was like, can you just make me one of these? He's like, I mean, probably. I'm like, well, do it. So I was so excited, and so I bought one of these to do the lights. I actually posted a contest a couple months ago. It was right when I had gotten 10,000 subscribers. So before I was going to make my video, I was in the middle of reading Gypsy's book. And so I had the helium tank when I was doing Gypsy's voice. And so to celebrate my 10,000 subscribers, I had blown up my balloons and I barely even had any helium left. Scary. And I had balloons in here. And so I thought, you know what, a lot of people who sub to me, know me pretty well. And I thought, so I made a contest and I made a post, and I was like, here's a contest. If whoever guesses, I was kind of also trying to bring people over to this other video that I made because it was getting literally no views. So I was like, if you go to this video and you comment your answer in the video, then whoever guesses correctly first, it was going to be a $50 prize. I was going to give away either a music equipment, or all these those bracelets that they put in the bags where they open them up and they're like ding, and there's a bell, and then there's a little thing inside. You know what I'm talking about? And so I have tons of that stuff. So it was going to be I guess depending on whether it was a guy or girl, no, the winner wasn't going to know what I was sending them, but it was going to be worth about $50. And the answer was going to be balloons, because the question was if you can guess what's going to be in the background in my next video. And it was kind of obvious to me at the time because I just reached 10,000 subscribers. Thank you, Mary. And so by the time, not one single person even saw the post, didn't thumbs up it, didn't thumbs down it, didn't go to that video, and no one guessed. And by the time I made the video, the balloons were all deflated. And so I was like, oh, well, whatever. So I was like, I guess if these people don't like money or gifts, that's freaking fine with me. But yeah, so I just have a lot of stuff. So I was going to make a video of me cleaning the jewelry making stuff up. But part of it was I was going to I want to incorporate things with my chats, my live chats, where I'm giving away stuff. I mean, not used stuff, but just I have so much I just buy a lot of stuff, and then I have it and I don't use it. And I'm not afraid to show my stuff, I guess. Whatever. I'm probably gonna die soon anyway, so it doesn't matter. But and then I was gonna voice over the cleaning up the bead thing, because I got to do something. I can't just sit here and sit next to the bead table forever. I bought a dresser to put all this crap in. I just need some motivation to do it. But it's either I'm laying down, resting, and watching TV, or I'm making videos. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and I'll just make a video of me cleaning off the table, and then that'll help me get motivated. So yeah, my back is pretty bad. I can't, it won't like not stop hurting. It's pinched all the way like down. It makes my, when I stand up, it makes my whole arm numb right here, and it just won't. It's getting a little bit better, but it's not all the way better. Yeah, I mean, you never know what happens. I'm roasting to death right now. All this hot air I'm putting out of my mouth. Okay, I am gonna go, you guys. I had so much fun. I'm so glad that it turned out like this. I'm so glad that more of you guys came in here. I'm definitely gonna do this more. I had to like get it out of the way. I had to like, you know, I had to fat penguin it or whatever, you know, break the ice with it. No, I have not been to an orthopedic doctor, but you know what I was going to do is I became really close to the girls who were my physical therapists for my dog bite, my broken knee, and they're like, I truly adore those little girls, and so I'll go. I was thinking of going and visiting them, and they'll help me. They'll tell me what to do, because I've bought. So today I just received in the mail, like I ordered this like neck brace thing that you like pump up. And it's supposed to help. It did not help at all. It almost kind of hurt it more, which they were like, if that doesn't work, then it might be this. I have like, you know, massagers, and it's pretty bad. And every time it hurts, which is pretty much constantly, it just makes me think of fraudery. And I'm just like, if I hadn't done that much research, then I wouldn't be in pain, but it is what it is now. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. But I am going to go, you guys. I hate goodbyes. But I'll announce the live next time. And so then you guys can, you know when it's going to happen. Okay? And there's a funky ass delay on here, but bye. Look into thoracic outlet syndrome. Okay, I will. I'm going to write it down. I had so much fun with you guys. Outlet. You know how like your sciatica, like a sciatica is very strange, right? It's a very painful situation, and usually with the sciatica is like it hurts when you're standing and it hurts when you're laying down, but sitting can feel good. I mean, I don't know if it's different for different people, but when my sciatica was out, I couldn't stand or lay down. Just sitting was the only thing I could do. So it's kind of like the opposite. Well, maybe not the opposite. I don't know. When I stand up, this hurts really badly. When I lay down, it hurts. Sitting is okay. Maybe that's how it was. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, you do. God, it's awful. That's how my shoulder feels. It feels like sciatica in my shoulder, like stemming from my neck down into my arm and then down my back, at my shoulder blade. That's what it feels like is sciatica. It's awful. I gotta go feed my dog. I'm being a bad dog mom right now. I love you guys. I'll see you later. I just gotta end it. If I don't end it, it's never gonna end. I'll talk to you guys later.